Yeah, hello everyone. Niyadile is my name. Of course, you should have gotten familiar to me by now. The president and CEO of Perfection Real Estate Group, a one-stop real estate consortium that seeks to innovate and provide solutions to the real human problems in the real estate sector. I believe we're dealing with human beings here. So, and of course, we're particular about each and every human being as it relates to real estate. So, and that is why the vision is to empower people, right? And of course, we are out to affect the real human problems in the real estate sector. And that is why today I will talk to you about the ultimate guide to getting a property and passive income, right? So, as I go ahead, I would first of all like to talk to you about the need for a right mindset, because everything that you want to do in life has to do with the mindset of which you are doing it. Yeah, most of us are not doing things right because of the kind of environment that we come from, and of course what we grew up to meet in the society. Most of this affects the way we do things. So, of course, in this particular instance, we also have to first of all, correct some things about the way we see things, right? We have to be able to uh, learn, unlearn, and relearn. So, in that manner, we'll be able to, see things in a different way from the way we see them. Now, before I go ahead telling you about the ultimate guide to getting property and passive income, first of all, I'd like to talk about the reasons why people don't become wealthy. Because we're talking about, real estate. Real estate is a resource for measurement of wealth. So real estate is one of the way to measure people's wealth. So most of the wealthy men, when you try to measure their wealth, real estate will take about 60, 70, or if not 90% of the wealth that they hold. So we're talking about how to create wealth, get upon that. But of course, in creating wealth, there's a kind of mindset we work with. So, but I want to prepare your mindset by first of all telling you about the reasons why people don't become wealthy. The reasons why people don't become wealthy. You get? So many of us don't become wealthy. There are some things working around us, and we may or may not know. I'm going to tell you 5 reasons. And number one reasons why people don't become wealthy is because there is no positive influence. Nobody is influencing us, positively to want to become wealthy. Nobody's telling us things. We don't hear things, maybe from our parents or from our friends or from our society or from our government or the people that have influence over us. Nobody's really really giving a that influence in us to say, look, I must have to be wealthy. I must have to create wealth and become wealthy. Maybe in the next 10 years, next 20 years, I want to be like this. So we hardly hear also of such things in our environment. Virtually all the people that have wealth, in our society are people who probably stole the wealth, or people who people don't trust, people who people don't know about the source of their wealth. There's very few of them. We mentioned, you mentioned Dangote, and you mentioned Tedola of this world, or thereabouts. Now, but even they don't tell us the story of how they become wealthy. So most of the time you find politicians, people who people cannot actually verify the source of their wealth. So there is not that positive influence, all around our society that makes us to want to also strive and say, I want to become, wealthy in this particular area, or I'm pursuing this particular goal. I want to become wealthy by it. That's number one. Then number two is actually a conscious decision, that I want to actually take a journey, to become wealthy, to become financially free, right? We don't decide it. Rather, we decide otherwise, unconsciously, to do things that is counter, that is contrary to that which will have taken us to the step, for moving towards becoming well. So we don't decide. For instance, if you are a graduate of engineering, or you are a graduate of accounting or whatever, there is a particular time you decided that I am going to become an accountant. You are not born as an accountant. You decided to go to school and read accountancy. And today you are an accountant. In the same manner, you need to decide, that you want to become wealthy. You want to build wealth. You want to become a real estate portfolio holder and have wealth through that medium, right? So that is number two reasons why people don't become wealthy. Number three, earn all, spend all habit. That is, you believe that the income you are earning is not enough for you, that your responsibility is far bigger, than your earnings. So you don't take time, to want to say, let me even save a small amount of money from my earnings. This is most common to most low income earners. They believe that the responsibilities are so much, I can't even save anything. So, but that is not true. If you are actually determined and have a mindset that no matter what you earn, you are going to keep something aside. You want to see the keeping aside as also one of the expenses that you make, as if it's an expenses. It will be easier for you to say, okay, let me put this thing, aside, for you to be able to do that. Of course, another one is procrastination. Procrastination when you see an opportunity, for you to take an advantage of, to take you as a vehicle to that achieving that purpose, you procrastinate. You say, tomorrow I will do it. Next tomorrow I will do it. When I get married, I will do it. When this and this happen, I will do it. When I graduate, I will do it. And that will take a lot of time for you. Even this opportunity we are talking about, some people will still not take the opportunity with both hands. They will still want to say, okay, maybe when I begin to earn from next month, when I do this and when I clear this and that from next month, then I will begin to do it. Procrastination. Again, sometimes good things you have to strive yourself, for you to be able to, get it done, right? So then, lastly, no long-term prospecting. We don't prospect in the long term. We always want things to happen very, very fast. We want to cook soup and eat it now. There is no long-term prospecting. There are some things that will take long time. For instance, even when you want to become an accountant or when you want to become an engineer, you can't become an engineer in 6 months. You have to just take that time, maybe a 4 years course. You have to take that time before you can be, given that honor of being an engineer or an accountant or a medical doctor or who you are today, right? So the same thing applies to building wealth. You have to do it, and you have to have a mindset of the long term, not something of I want to do 2 years and I want to become wealthy. I want to do 3 years and I want to become wealthy. It doesn't happen that way, and that is why sometimes we talk about 3 to 5 years, wealth accumulation period when we're talking about some of our products, which we will explain later. But we are talking about long term. You have a mindset that prospect in the long term, because there are some things that you will not be able to accomplish without giving 10 years of dedicated whatever to it, or 20 years of dedicated. So these are things that you will have to practice for you to be able to achieve, building wealth. So having educated ourselves about the reasons why people don't become wealthy, I would not like to move over, to providing guides to getting a property, and of course earning passive income. Now, of course, I would like to first quickly describe passive income as an income that you earn without necessarily participating, into the process that produce the income itself. An example is rent, right? So that is passive income. And then, of course, passive income is a very important instrument to achieving financial freedom. And one of the best way to earn passive income is to invest in real estate, right? Real estate is one of the guaranteed way, to achieve, passive income that helps you to achieve ultimately, financial freedom. So having properties or acquiring properties is very key, to achieving, financial freedom. And I'm going to be telling you this, based on the system, that we have, that we have put together, for you to be able to easily acquire properties, right? And then, of course, ultimately, you achieve financial freedom. Now, for the sake of proper understanding as well, I would like to repeat our vision, our mission, our core values, and our products. Now, our vision is to empower people through real estate. Now, when we talk about empowerment, it's in two ways as far as we are concerned: knowledge and financial capacity. So that is the empowerment we're talking about. We are giving you knowledge and financial power through real estate. So that is the empowerment we're talking about. Then we're talking about our mission, which is to make home ownership and the participation in the real estate sector more accessible to Nigerians. The participation is so important to us. The participation is what will engender the wealth creation that will lead to financial freedom. The wealth creation through real estate that will lead you, to financial freedom at the end of the day. That is what we're talking about. So you need to participate in the real estate sector, and that is why we have created the platform. Of course, before now, there's nowhere in Nigeria where such opportunities have existed. But of course, because we seek to innovate, and provide. We think outside the box to innovate and then provide solutions to the real human problem. That's what we call it, the real human problems. It is the problem that has to do with me and you when it comes to real estate, sector. So that real human problems in the real estate sector is what we're talking about providing solutions to. And that is why we have created products in 5 areas. Those products are meant to address one challenge or the other that you may have in the process of wanting to become somebody that owns property. So, and our ultimate goal is not for you to just own some piece of real estate. No, for you to become a big real estate portfolio holder. When we talk about big real estate portfolio holder, is somebody that has a lot of properties, in different places. You have land there, you have house there, you have and all of them are working to finance your lifestyle. That's what we're talking about. That's when you become a big real estate portfolio holder. But of course, moving from one your current status to achieving that dream is where the issues are. And that is why we have made this platform available for you to take the route to get to that ultimate goal of becoming a big real estate portfolio holder. Now, number one, our products. Our products, one is the real estate investment opportunities, under which we have 4 investment vehicles. One is the ordinary investment, which makes you a real estate investor. Right now, what we're talking about is no matter how low your income is, if you have the mindset, which I've talked about earlier, the mindset of being able to put something aside no matter what on monthly basis, then that will help you to be able to build wealth gradually, right? So that is what the ordinary investment is all about. It's just to make you a real estate investor with as low as 2,000 on monthly basis, though in multiples, but it depending on your capacity at a particular point in time. No matter what, the lowest income earner can do 2,000 on regular basis, right? So, and that is an habit you have to have. You get to develop how to build wealth gradually. This wealth is what you will put together and translate to real estate. Then, of course, we also have fractional project ownership investment scheme. We have platinum wealth builders investment scheme. We have what we call invest and cash out. All these things are meant for you in one way or the other to start to accumulate wealth. To start to accumulate wealth that will be translated to real estate. So whichever route you follow, you are going to benefit maximally, because it is not only even about you, putting something aside. We also grow it for you. We grow it for you in the sense that there are specific returns on this investment per time. Of course, you will come to know them, right, and decide on them. I think yesterday it was analyzed. I will appeal you understand more. And of course, by 8 p.m. today, right, I will be live. And of course, you can ask me, questions that will be able to answer for you so that you can know how these things runs. So the real estate investment vehicles are there for you to accumulate wealth. This platform never existed before. We have a real estate wealth club that you join as a member. That platform helps you to be able to, build wealth over time, right? So, and that is where you need, long-term prospecting. One of the reasons why people don't get hold is because they don't want to prospect in the long term. That 2 years is too long. That 3 years is too long. That 5 years is too long. That 10 years, hey, how can I wait for 10 years? You will not be able to go far if you don't have that mindset to be able to prospect in the long term. Real estate is a long-term game, right? So you have to be able to have that large heart, to prospect for a long time. I'm not saying it's going to take you long before you start benefiting. What I want to say is that you build it gradually. It graduates from one level to another, and it is for you forever. Because why? When even we are no more, our children can take over. That's the beauty of real estate. That is why you should need to be interested in what has to do with real estate. And we have made it now easy for you to be able to build wealth and translate it into real estate. You get, of course, you can secure a future economy. I mean, you can get back cash after a period of time from this system too. But what I'm talking about is particularly about you translating your wealth you have built into real estate. And then, of course, you graduate from there to owning real estate from one point to another through that medium, of gathering wealth here and there, little by little. You're putting it together, you are pushing it over to real estate. You just need to acquire land, you just need to acquire, home ownership, you need to invest, in one way or the other. Before you know it, you have become a master of the game in real estate portfolio, holding. That is that. We also have the home, exceptional home offers. This also just helps you to become homeowner easily, right? It helps you to become a homeowner so easily. We have all manner of things that we have done that is not conventional. If you want to buy a home in other places, they'll just say, go and deposit 30% first, or go and deposit whatever. We don't have all such things. All we know is, how do you want to go about your home ownership? Once we understand your issues and challenges, we provide solutions to you and we allow you to hold a home. If that is your challenge, some people already have the means to want to do one thing, but it's just like they have constraints here and there. So we have provided all avenues, for you to be able to become, a homeowner. A home ownership is also a part of real estate investing. Either you know it or not. If you have a home, of course, if you leave it over for your children, maybe they will be able to, start from that pedestal. Even if they don't live in your home, maybe they are too advanced for living in that kind of old house where in their own time. But at least it's a resource. Even if either they want to sell it to make economic benefit, or they want to rent it out to continue to, it's something. It's an asset, right? So that is possible. All you need to do is for also understand the way you want to go about owning your home, right? We make it happen for you. Then we talk about land investment offers. The land investment offer, that's why we call it land. We don't call it. We don't sell land. We don't sell homes. We only try to empower you through the process of land banking. Of course, when you talk about land banking, it could be for any purpose. You could want to acquire land for home ownership to build your house. You don't have problem. Perfection Estate is there for you to be able to achieve all those purposes. If you want to acquire land for keeping, that's why we have invest and cash out. Invest and cash out is actually for you to, invest in a particular plot of, square meter of land at this today, and then of course in the future 3-5 years or more time, the land has appreciated, and then you are able to now cash out. It's part of securing your economy, because your future economy is secured. So land banking is what we encourage, right? That is why we go ahead. These things are like, if I tell you now that, okay, go and buy land, you might still have a challenge of, if I buy land, I'm on or whatever, what problem? We are going ahead, to acquire the land on your behalf. Remove all the problems of documentation, problem of omonile, problem of every other problem that you can have that will give you problem. Or if you don't even have time to start pursuing one thing or other, we already will have done everything for you. So it makes it easy for you to acquire properties, right? To acquire land properties, to bank in land in one way or the other in several locations. And mind you, we don't acquire land just anyhow. We know the strategic locations where we can, invest in that will make economic returns for you within a very short period, right? So those are the kind of places. Go and check out all our locations. Our locations are strategic. They have one thing or the other about them, that makes them, strategic and will give you economic value within a short period. So are the kind of places that we invest. So you don't have problems at all. You get the point now. All you need to do is to make up your mind to want to do it. You get the point. So that is that. Now we have what we call ambassadorship certification program, right? Ambassadorship certification program. Now, this is meant for those who would like to, become an investor, a business owner, and a brand ambassador. Now, what does this offer you? Ambassadorship gives you an opportunity, number one, to become, because if you join our Real Estate Wealth Club, you become an investor. We encourage you to invest and to build wealth. Then, of course, there's this business system aspect of it, which is the business ownership. Because according to the formula of financial freedom, you need to become a business owner and an investor. A business owner is somebody who has a business that works with system and people. So it means that kind of system can produce passive income to you. Then an investor is somebody whose money works for him, right? So we are attempting to make you a business owner and an investor. Then our brand ambassador. Now, the brand ambassadorship is just about you spreading the news about what you are hearing now to your own sphere of influence. And then, of course, you make maximum returns from there. People that have no job can do ambassadorship. People that want extra income, that want to leave their job very soon, can join ambassadorship. So these are things that you can do. So even if you don't tell me that, I don't even have any money, any means, we'll tell you, okay, go and look for how to join our Real Estate Wealth Club. When you join our Real Estate Wealth Club, then the journey begins, because you can earn an income. You need a comfortable income that is enough to settle down with without even having any other job. It's enough to settle down with if you want to join the ambassadorship or whatever. So we will train you. We'll give you the knowledge of real estate. We'll give you the knowledge of our mission and our vision, right? And all you need to do is your sphere of influence, right? And we teach you what to do, of course, and you earn millions on a monthly basis. Not only that, every year end, you either qualify for free plots of land, you either qualify for a free house, you either qualify for brand new vehicles, you either qualify for all expense paid holidays, or you qualify for valuable gifts, you will value, very much. Right? So those kind of opportunities that you have, under Official Real Estate Group. Then, of course, finally, we're talking about, the Real Estate Wealth Academy. Now, this academy is just meant to give you knowledge. As one of our core values is education. Education, of course, is to educate you, because knowledge is power. I told you about our empowerment in two ways: knowledge and financial power. So the academy is set up to develop your capacity. It's a capacity development institution, that is meant to raise entrepreneurs in real estate, business owners, portfolio holders, wealth builders, and so on and so forth. These are the kind of things that we are going to be dispatching to you, when you pass through the academy. We have courses, standard courses that will make you to be able to acquire knowledge. For example, real estate project development, real estate project management, real estate digital marketing, real estate customer relations activities, wealth creation principles. I'm just giving you a tip of wealth creation. We will teach you the in-depth of how to create wealth through real estate, right? And of course, so many other courses that will develop your capacities and make you to understand the real estate industry, all over the globe. So these are the kind of things we are going to be enjoying, Now, let me recap. I'm talking about the ultimate guide, to acquiring properties and then any passive income. told you about how for you to start by investing. If you cannot already readily buy into or start investing into homes and land, how to invest to build wealth that translates to real estate acquisition, right? I told you about how you can invest in home or invest in building projects that makes you to have properties that people can rent from you, right? We have made it absolutely easy. All you need to do is to consult with us, right? And then we'll make it happen for you. We talk about land banking, that makes you to be able to acquire land easily, because we already go ahead of you to make it easy to clear all the impediments that will give you problems in the process of acquiring property. So you don't have any headache. Yours is just to come and make a choice of what is suitable for you, and you start doing it. So acquisition of properties have become so easy in the system that we have on ground. I told you about our ambassadorship that will empower you to earn income. It makes you a business owner and an investor. It doesn't matter whether you are in employment, whether you are not employed. It doesn't whether you are engaged in another employment. It doesn't stop. You can keep your work. All you need is just knowledge. You get the point, and how to spread, to your sphere of influence. That's just what you need. And then, of course, millions can roll into your pocket or monthly basis. That's guaranteed. It's not about sweet talk. It is guaranteed. You get? So then, of course, the academy is there to give you knowledge. Knowledge. You need knowledge about whatever you are doing. Our aim at the academy is to give you knowledge so that you understand real estate the way you understand your smartphone, the way you understand your ATM machine, the way you understand house on gadget. That is how we want you to understand real estate into two. So the kind of things that we have in package, for you. So let me say this lastly. Perfection Real Estate Group is like a real estate hospital, right? When you go to an hospital, people come there for different ailments, is it not? So the same thing applies to Perfection Real Estate Group. People who can come with all manner of challenges that is confronting you in the process of you acquiring real estate. I will give you a prescription. Everybody's problem may not be the same thing. Some people have money, they don't know what to do with it. Some people don't have at all, they don't even know that. Some people are trying to grow. So there are different kind of scenarios when it comes to this process. So we want to understand your own. I want to be able to give you prescription and a roadmap. That this is how you're going to channel your roadmap, and then before you know it, you are already on your way to building wealth and becoming financially free thereby. These are the kind of things we're talking about, at Perfection Real Estate Group. I believe that with this explanation of mine, I've been able to show you, a guide on how to acquire property with ease and how to earn passive income, thereby. So I thank you very much for listening and taking the patience to listen to this video. I will see you again by 8 p.m. today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.